So much the wall teaching. Okay, tier task and bias task. So what is that? Have you ever applied this thing before?
For me, no.
Yeah. I think mostly maybe you have applied it, but you don't know what is it about. Let's just go and see, right? Especially about the modern textbook for like new headway, cutting edge, or English file. The textbook they just show you some activity there. Yeah, but maybe we do not notice those things. That's why. Let's just go. And then you will say, oh, I have applied it. Okay, I just have some discussion question, but this one don't need to answer now. Just keep thinking, keep in mind. Okay, when you face with major level classes and earn unhelpful course book, what do you do? Yeah, some part we can say some school they use textbook as the syllabus or curriculum there. Yeah, when we ask them about the detailed syllabus or curriculum, they may not have that part. And what happened if you find out that course book cannot work well for your student or your class in here? For example, like some English textbook for the national curriculum, it may not work well since as I met the teacher, like we have the teacher interview for the last 3 years in here. Most of the teachers keep complaining about the course book, especially about English course book that is not applicable for the level of the student in here. And some teacher guide or some part maybe it cannot be applied. Since what? You can say the level of the textbook is not fit with the student level in here. Or some people they say like they feel that the student are sitting in the wrong classes in here. You got what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah,
They may move to book 4, book 5, but their level is just very beginner on that part. Even A, B, C, they don't know it yet. For example, right? Like English alphabet. So that lead the student to that cannot get along with the textbook there. The teacher need to decide what should they do beside as well, right? Something there. Okay, number 2, how exactly can you adapt reading and listening activities to suit with your with stronger and weaker students? Yeah, something. Since you play the same audio or video, but in that part we can say since the student are matchability class, so how can you make it to be applicable and suitable for everyone there at the same time? Okay, since we do not have much time to discuss, this is just a question, keep in mind. Still matchability class, you can see here. So regarding to the author of that research, like Bowler and Palmiter review matchability class from what?
positive perspective, teacher.
Yeah, positive perspective and suggest a number of teaching approach. Yeah, just something in this part. And one of the greatest advantages of designing multiple tasks is that no student feel left out, as each one of them is suitable challenge. Yeah. Okay, so the same task, but we can let them along with the lesson as well. Not let them feel upset or let them behind. Okay, the middle level and the highest one they can go, but the lowest one they cannot come along with that. So this part they will share with you how can you design the reading or even uh, uh, listening lesson can fit with all of the matchability here. So here the way that we just communicate with this part. So okay, I think that you can do this one by yourself. But one part we can say you need to focus in here just about tech level or challenges. Okay, you can see how difficult the tech is. Okay, task level of support. So we need to minimize, we need to adjust and design. We can say sign task level of support. The text may be hard and it may be fit with some level of the smart test student, but it may not fit with the slowest one. We can say slow learner in here. So you need to identify or understand about tech level or OEO level and think about the level of task support in here. So, okay, if you can do that, student learning success or learning outcome in here. So different level, but you can do it. Okay, I actually experienced one thing. I don't know whether you ever heard about this one or not. We just have one international school in Cambodia, in Phnom Penh, that the teacher need to design 3 different level of lesson plan. The same lesson plan, but they have 3 different level of the student in the class. That's why it's not about the make level, but their intention, they just put the student in the same class. But they may have beginner level, they may have a pre, and they may have intermediate level there. And the teacher need to block the lesson plan and go and teach at the same time. Okay, they can assign the task to the beginner one. Okay, as those people get involved with the level, they go and explain the other part to the intermediate level, or we can say like elementary level, and after that they just go and start explain the highest one. For example, I feel strange. Okay, I just surprised with that, and I send a group of students to go and conduct a teaching practice, and all of them are under my supervision, and I keep wonder why you prepare a lesson plan like this one. They said no, the school, it's just something that they do like this one. The teacher need to teach different level of the student at the same time. Okay, how hard it is. Okay, so something. What are you still hear me clearly or not?
Clearly, teacher, clearly.
Yeah, so it normally alert me like bad network quality. Okay, thank you for answering. Okay, I will move faster. So about this one, you can see like what are the difference between TS tasks and bias tasks. So bias tasks, we can say require varying level of learner responses. Yeah, TS tasks provide varying level of supporting learner responses. Yeah. So this part we just think what about the level of learner responses. So we can test okay how smart or how slow they are. But this one we just keep thinking about the level of that we can support student to respond. The smart one also can respond. The slow learner one, they also can respond and can get along with the task in here. The teacher may take a rest and relax, not just like just trying to go and explain the slow learner and then come back to try to explain the fast learner in here. So you can provide them different tasks at the same time with we can say like a different support at the same time, but to achieve the same task in here. We do not use different article or OYO. We still use the same OYO, the same article, but we just provide them with different worksheet or handout that they can work on those things. All right. So yeah, this might be the other thing that you can apply. So you can see the example here. So about tier tasks, okay. So we have different top tiers, like some question that the student can answer. Give them their record, like the Spirit of London show. You let them work, okay, and then yeah, with some question, read that article, ask them to answer some question. Okay, middle tiers. Okay, we can divide into different group, like task B, middle level student. Ask them some question like multiple choice question in here. Okay, the previous one they need to answer the question by writing down the answer by themselves. This one we ask them to read and choose the best answer A, B, C, D in here. All right. How about the lowest one? Yeah, bottom tiers. Yeah. So it is still something about the question in here, right? That they can answer, they can read, they can answer something there. You can say without giving them answer, just ask them to find out the answer by themselves. All right. Yeah. So this thing we call like tier task. So all of the 3 different level of the student, we have the lowest one, the medium one, and the highest one. They still can do it. Yeah, they still can do it together. Have you ever apply this one from your textbook? They divide like a student A and student B. They need to listen and fill out the answer. Or some part we can say like give them that handout. The student they just can discuss. They can read some part in A, and the student in B they may come up with some part to try to fill in the gap in their task as well. So they need to work in pair and they need to exchange the idea from the text or the dialogue that you provided to them there. Have you applied this one?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, something there, right? Okay, so this one I have nothing to talk besides let you see something there. So here they explain. You can see there, right? In your textbook actually, right? Textbook. Maybe you can read this one by your own and come up with some ideas you want to discuss more maybe next week. Yeah, about bias task. Yeah, team A, team B, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you still okay. We can say like A, they just have question. B, they have answer. This one, just let them read out the question. This one just take note the question, and at this part, read out the answer. This one take note the answer. Yes, something there. Yeah, an explanation here. Yeah, example. Okay, and this part we can say to prepare for those things for the matchability class. Actually, there are many more, not only these two, but these two maybe you can prepare for yourself for some part. Okay, and they still have more activity regarding to the teaching matchability class there. So you can follow the textbook provided there. Maybe they just come up with some appendage at the back. You can copy for the student. Yeah, or some textbook they can say student A still stay on page in unit 1, and student B work on the attach in the appendage on page 153, for example, right? So for you assign student A, let them go and see the other page. Student A just still on the same page that you are teaching in the unit there, for example, right? So yeah, no need to spend more time to prepare that. Okay, they may be provided, but in here maybe you some textbook they also need to follow teacher guide. Okay, if since teacher guide will guide you more about the teaching technique or activity to apply. So don't follow your habit, but just follow the teacher guide that you also have a chance to improve your teaching methodology here, right? Okay, for the second one, cooperation with college who are using the same book in here. So discuss, do not be shy to discuss with your college, ask him or her. Yeah. So we can say, okay, if we just have come up with the tier task and bias task clearly in mind, we can create many more to apply your classroom to be more effective in here. Okay, so since the time, I cannot move on.